A very good morning to you, Puleng. Tell us about your film.
Good morning, all your viewers. Thank you for having me. The Jaguar's Daughter was a really amazing project to work on. It was a collaborative exchange that was put together by the British Council, and so there were 5 different poets and 5 different filmmakers from around the world that were paired together, and we had to collaborate on making a piece. And I got paired with Daniel, who's just a phenomenal Trinidadian poet, and out of it came this film. It was very much a small little team here in Cape Town, this was very guerrilla filmmaking, but I think it turned out as a really beautiful piece. And yeah, it's had the chance to travel quite a bit, and I'm so excited that it's at Schnitt this year.
Yeah, I mean, tell us more about your thinking when you were putting it together and the sort of feel that you were trying to achieve and the message.
I mean, my background is in theatre, so I have a very theatrical bent when it comes to the films that I want to make and sort of the style of them, the look of them. So that comes in, and I think that works really well in terms of poetry film. I think it's a dramatic form anyway, so they meet really well. And then I also wanted to find a way to, in this cross-continental exchange, I wanted to find a way to place South Africa and South African women within this narrative, which was very much a Trinidadian one, a Caribbean one, but also with so many links that it wasn't that hard. So the images, so there's like the Basotho blanket, and there are places in Cape Town that you may or may not recognize, and so I really tried to highlight the strength of our women,
Okay, and the Schnitt, and talking of strength of women, I mean the film festival, there's a large women contingent this time, isn't there? How important is that, do you think?
I think it's hugely important. I think as keeps being said, the voices behind the stories and who make the stories and who initiate the stories fundamentally change how that story is articulated. So the fact that women are making stories, telling stories, means there's an inevitable shift in that perspective and in what stories are going to be told and in how they're going to be told. I think that for a very long time it's been a very male-dominated industry, both in terms of the directing and that sense, but also very much on a technical level. So, like, who is shooting it? Who's the cinematographer? Who are the groups? Who is the crew of the films as well? And so seeing more women taking up roles in that is incredibly important, and is a big part of what I do and what I've been trying to push.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about you. I mean, you've got a pretty impressive CV to date.
Sorry, could you say that to me?
I was saying, tell us a little bit more about you. I mean, you're quite an impressive player looking at your CV. What are you going to do with it?
Thank you. So like I said, my background is in theatre. I'm a trained theatre maker from UCT, and I have just started an interdisciplinary production company called Paper Cranes Collaborative, and we are looking at producing content from theatre to installation work to films, and really trying to look at a more collaborative way of art making, and trying to understand how we position ourselves to change the ethics and the dynamics at play in what can often be a very hierarchical kind of structure. I'm also opening a space for collaborative work and interdisciplinary work called The Workshop, where I kind of am encouraging experimental work, and I'm encouraging sort of an embrace of being able to fail forward together, and yeah, and this would be my second film at Schnitt, which is great. They showed my first film, which I made with my partner, Yanu Okuma. They showed that, I think it was last year or the year before. It's called Until the Silence Comes. And they've just been really wonderful to us. So I'm happy to be back at Schnitt again this year.
Thank you very much for talking to us. One busy lady, and I look forward to seeing your film.